just for turret placement demonstrations.
Can do.
All right, Yogurt, you there?
User joined your channel.
Just letting you know, Yogurt, this is a basic training, so if you've already done this, which it looks like you have, it may be pretty boring to sit through again, but you're more than welcome to sit through it again.
Redeploying to go.
Copy that. Copy, Halo.
Might want to lock the gal.
Bell, have you ever done basic, Bell?
I haven't done basic yet.
Okay. Swear to God, you did.
Never hurts to go through it again.
Alright, is Rigor Mortis in channel? Redeploy to gal when you can, bud. And then who's that, Chris? Thank Chris.
He's another guy. He hasn't done
User
basic yet.
was moved to your channel.
Okay. Then Jen Washington, has he done it yet? And is he in channel?
He's not in channel,
User
but he's
was
already done
moved
it.
to your channel.
Bartman.
Alright, guys. Run in on gal if you've already done this, great. You don't have to be here, but for those of you who haven't, we're gonna get started. Hoping Rigor Mortis is there we go. Alright, we're just gonna assume Rigor Mortis is AFK and we'll get him caught up when he gets back.
User disconnected from your channel.
That being said, guys, welcome to the 56RD Basic. First thing to know right off the get-go is our just average everyday mode of travel is always going to be through the galaxy, which is what we're in now, as you guys know. Redeploy key is going to be either your delete button or your U key. If you tap that, you can activate your redeploy. You can tap it again to cancel it. The whole point of this is it allows us to respawn as quickly as possible without losing any life. We don't die. You're respawning. That's all it is. Short and sweet. That being said, as we're flying around in galaxies, we're going to be constantly flying into bases where our objectives can change on the fly. Every time we fly into a base, we don't know exactly what we're going into. That's why you need to always wait for a drop call every time we fly. So wait for either a gal pilot or a squad leader to call drop. Otherwise, don't drop. So in this case, we're going to be dropping on this triple. Drop, drop, drop. Probably going to have to pull a new gal, but fuck it. All right, everybody inside. So we're just going to be going over the placement of a triple here.
Whoops.
So on your standard triple, where I'm standing right now, this would be your primary side. The reason why we call it primary side is because the A node would be sitting right here. So whenever we're holding a base and there's the actual A capture node, that's primary side. So secondary side is the opposite side. So in terms of callouts, it goes. So right now we're secondary, right? So secondary stairs, secondary roof. Primary stairs, primary roof, balcony, and then windows. Everybody clear on that? Tread, can you demonstrate an engineer placement on this stairway for me? Typically speaking, when we're holding inside of a triple, our engineers will be placing their turrets as such on the stairs. It will be an anti-infantry turret with the shields. That's going to be your default mode if you're an engineer. AI turrets will let you know if you need to go AV. Outside of that, your heavies are going to be playing the outsides of the turrets. Not everybody, but at least 1 to 2 guys backing up. Outside of that, we have medics. Your actual medic shields will be sitting right here in the middle so that it envelops both the NG shields. You'll also be watching back windows and stairways to cover the guys who are set up on the stairs. Everybody clear on positioning? So heavies and NGs watching main stairs, supports watching 6 and supporting. Pretty simple. Did I miss anything here, Tread?
I don't believe so.
Head glitches for maxes.
We'll hit that in the biolab. Yeah, I guess we did hit everything. So let's go ahead and practice that redeploy. I want to see everyone redeploy as fast as
The
possible back
powerhouse
to
is
the
over
work
here
gate.
too.
Actually, disregard on that redeploy. Perfect. Everybody move into squad waypoint building with me. Yeah, the only bad part about doing this on live is I can't just use the same places every time.
It's consistent.
Yeah, we're making it work. All right, so this building that we're in right now is what we call the powerhouse. So in terms of callouts, we're going to go over it starting in the back here. This is double doors. Then we're going to move over here. We got short stairs, long stairs. That's your main 3 callouts. So depending on however the spawn room is going to be positioned, the way you're defending this particular base is going to change just slightly. It's always going to be short stair and long, or short and double that are going to be your main points of entrance. Short stair is always going to be significant. So depending on which side the spawn room's on, you need to make sure that we have NG turrets at least set up like so, facing towards the doorway in the back here, towards double door, on top of long. Like how you see how this turret's set up right here. We would actually want to scoot it back just a little bit from the front. You'd want it to be just about right here to minimize the angle that they have on you while you still have the best angle on them. Now, in terms of heavy positioning for a powerhouse, what you always need to be thinking about is every foot matters, every meter matters in terms of positioning. And this is what I want you to see here. When I stand right here, I'm susceptible to 3 different angles that I can be shot at. If I take 1 step back, I can be shot at from 2 different angles. If I take 2 more steps back, I only have 1 angle that I can be shot at and 1 angle that I can shoot at. Now, the point of what I'm trying to say here is you should always be trying to limit the amount of angles that you can shoot and that you can be shot at from. And by doing this, we'll be setting up better lanes of fire, and it's going to make it a lot more efficient when we're inside of our point holds. You shouldn't be doing this like running around crap where we're all running back and forth like this. The only people that are really running around doing point holds are medics who are trying to get everybody up, and squad leaders who are just trying to constantly be checking back and forth on the positions. You find an angle, you lock it down, you hold. The main thing that I've been trying to get across to everyone here is if you find yourself in a position where your medic would die to revive you, or possibly die to revive you, then you're in a bad position.
Timed out.
So always say, is my medic going to be safe to revive me? If the answer is yes, then you're in a good spot. If the answer is no, then reposition. Am I missing anything on the powerhouse here, Tread? Any questions? We good, guys?
User entered
Collapse?
your channel.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, collapse. Last thing. So a collapse. So typically speaking, we're holding on the top of the stairs here, right? Now the scenario goes, usually it's going to be one of these 2 stairs that's going to break down. And when that does happen, like say they're all pushing up long, we got a massive max crash, there's no way we're going to be able to hold the top of these stairs. If we just allow them to push these stairs and keep trying to hold, they're just going to push here and immediately cut down everybody who's facing on short stair. So the idea is the moment you call for a collapse inside of a powerhouse building, everybody needs to be immediately falling back into point room. Turning around, as soon as the last people are coming through, we're tossing frags out to the top of the stairs to delay their push, so give us a few more seconds to set up. And really, the only people who are just shooting the entire time in a collapse like this is going to be your medics. And the reason why your medics are going to be shooting while everyone else is retreating into the back of the room here is, as a medic, you should never be standing here. You should never be standing at the top of the short stair. You should really either be playing it safe, like right here in the middle, or mainly, I'd like to see my medics playing these two doors way here. You can really revive just about anyone from these doors and be just fine and not be as stacked up for grenades and everything else. So the moment you hear collapse calls, whether it be in this base or the next, we all run to Alpha Point and immediately touch it, get as many bodies as we can, and medics, you kind of just sit back on the proximity and keep tossing those revive grenades. That's the collapse call. Do we have... Well, let me see here. I guess we're going to have to go to Anatha Biolab next, and then we can go to the tech plant. Redeploy back to the warp gate. I want to see everybody do a full redeploy as fast as possible. Whenever you get a redeploy call in one of our ops, that means drop what you're doing and redeploy immediately. If you're in a position where you're getting shot at and your redeploy is getting interrupted, then you need to jump into the closest guy and kill him and get killed, or whatever it takes to immediately die, whether that's slash suicide or whatever it takes. Figure it out. Go out in a blaze of glory, or find a place to be safe immediately so you can get out. But when we say redeploy, redeploy. And the reason for that is it's not because we're just trying to be hard asses. I'm marking the Biolab now. It's mainly because we got galaxies that are waiting for people to spawn in constantly. We're trying to get these galaxies from point to point. We're talking transportation of 30 plus people that generally we're waiting on just a few people to actually be able to move in and drop. So don't be that one guy that's causing the full platoon to wait up on you and possibly losing your galaxy transport or even squad on the way to point because of your slowness. It's just a matter of efficiency. The faster we all get, the more we're constantly fighting and the less we're in transition. Now, in terms of the biolab, we're coming in now. We're going to drop on squad waypoint pad. Do one pass over on the pad.
Well, one drop.
All right.
That was my fault.
All good. And it's just me trying to drive a point home. Most of you did it excellent. Just don't drop unless you hear the word drop. And you know you're good to go.
Drop,
Thanks
drop,
for
drop.
redeploying back in, Lance. Drop, drop, drop. All right, so we're all moving in. So right now we're on East Pad. Couple things to note here. A building's your standard block building. I want us to move over here though first, move south. Now this building is important to note. It's the Crescent building. It leads us over to our SU Gen building. We'll roll through there. So this is Crescent or Banana, depending on who your squad lead is. They'll call it one of the two, or also Fan building. Most commonly known as Crescent though. Leads us into the powerhouse building that we just practiced on, and inside of a biolab, powerhouses mean SU gens. So if we were holding an SU gen, we would hold it just like we practiced before. Whole top of stairs, keep it locked down, just a few guys in the lobby, short and sweet. We're gonna keep on moving through. Block building for
User
your
in
C.
your channel timed out.
Now this is where it starts getting important. Now this side of the biolab
User
is what
left
we
your
refer
channel.
to as jungle. Now in the jungle we have what we call the Z railing, and this is the Z railing here, moving all along. So if I called for a squad to get positioned on the Z railing jungle side, that means from this point right there, moving all along this railing over to the wall. That's what you should be covering. That's your arc of fire, you know, your region of control. If I say I want you to be holding on A side, that means you should be primarily holding on A, one or two guys over here, just kind of covering the flank. Few guys here. Usually we set up an entry turret right here. It's an amazing spot. And then guys sitting right in the building itself. But what I don't ever want to see inside these biolabs is I don't want to see people sitting right here. I don't want to see people standing in front of the doorways over here. You know, none of this shit where we're all up close. We have all this open space in between the positions that we hold. let there be 100 angles of fire on the guys coming at us, and not 100 angles of fire on your back in front of the guy that we're trying to kill. Not only that, but we lose so many maxes to C4 fairies from those roofs. It's just not worth the time or effort to try to get a medic up to you in that position. In terms of max glitching, we don't have the max, but I can still show you how to do it.
I'll grab it.
All right, thank you. So he's gonna bring it over here. How it works, it's not really, we call it head glitching. It's pretty common in all games, but the idea is that if you get a max and you stand on this little ledge here, and then you lock down, it'll make it to where they can't see your head, but you can shoot over it perfectly. He'll show you here. Yeah, so basically this is best used with deploy maxes. So when you come to the other side, yeah, Chris, you're not doing it. Get down on the little ledge right beneath it, and then lock down. Yeah, right there. That's how you do it. So now you see how small he is, but he has perfect angle on all of us, even though it looks like he can't shoot through. So that's the idea. You can use that position a lot whenever you have pounder maxes. That's the best way to go. You want to get your maxes up on top of these boxes that are really set up all along it. You can do it right here, and you can do it. This is an infantry head glitch position right here. Like, see my head on the other side? If you get down on the floor level, you'll barely be able to see it, but at the same time, I'll be able to easily shoot you. It's just that simple. So constantly be looking for minimizing your angles of fire on yourself and exposing the other guys. We got one last place to hit, and then we'll be done with this. Go ahead and swap back to infantry, Chris, and we'll grab 2 Velks just to fly to the last place.
We've got the gal still up.
Okay, good shit. Let's just get to the gal. Any questions on the biolab? Good shit. Yeah, I'm kind of flying through it today, so I hope I'm not skipping over anything, but... Alright, tech plan, we're going to do a pad drop. Another thing to note is whenever we're traveling by galaxy from point to point, there's going to be a lot of times where we're flying through some pretty crazy situations. Our general mode of operation in terms of in the galaxies is don't shoot unless we're getting shot at. And the reason why we do that is so that we don't come up on everybody's radar immediately and become the next big juicy target to go after. Drop, drop, drop. Good job. I called it kind of late and you guys still did it, so good shit. So normal breach mode for a tech plant is drop the pad. We come down the legs. I want everybody to group up here in the middle. I had a couple guys. Chris, can you bring him back up to mid-level?
Okay.
So we come down the legs. We'll clear beacons off the legs because pretty much any other good outfit is using this mode of entrance. So like TL is going to have their beacons on here, Recursion, whoever you can think of. That's going to be their mode of entrance. We jump down here. We all rally up. We're waiting for the rest of our squad that got flung. Now, the reason why we wait here is because when you get down to the next point, if we're going to be doing a serious breach, it needs to be very quick. The longer we take to set something like this up in the situations where they got 2 or 3 squads sitting on balcony, the easier it is for them to just completely shred us alive. Now, real quick, come to me. I'm going to show you guys how to jump down on the balcony without taking shield damage. Come here, you jump down right onto here, and then you walk off. No shield damage taken, you're at full health, ready to go. You can do that on both sides. That being said, we breach into balcony. Now, as we're breaching in the balcony, we've done organized breaches on this, and it'd be cool if we could get it down. But ideally, what you should be doing is, as people are running through, the lead max is just going to be trying to like literally run straight in to draw as much fire away from the door. And then the next infantry behind them should be cutting immediately left and right along the walls to try to clear corners as we come in, okay? Make sense? So this is balcony, typical hold. And a tech plant is just to hold balcony, provide overwatch. If you come down the stairs, this is what we call V-Bay just beneath us. So this is V-Bay. Then you come over here. This is A point itself. We got mid V-Bay just beneath us, the little tunnel entrance. Now, this is where things get a little bit more complex, so try to pay attention. This is what we call big gun right here. And I'm going to try to show you guys very well here. So we got orange smoke, we got yellow smoke. Okay, so everybody hit H on your mini maps just to blow them up real quick. Do you guys see how, like, I have an offensive waypoint and a defensive waypoint marker on that little tunnel leading into the tech plant? Anybody?
I see
Yeah.
the smoke.
Awesome. So the
User
reason
joined
why
your
that
channel.
matters is this orange smoke side, this is what we call Dragon 1. The side with the tunnel that is going underneath us all the way into V-Bay is what we call Dragon 1. Now the other side is called Dragon 2. The idea being that this is like a little dragon with the snake going down. But the reason why these stairs matter so much is when we're holding big gun, you have your normal guys holding along the railing here, focusing on double doors, while the rest of us, you'll have 2 or 3 heavies focusing on Dragon 1 and 2. Main points of cover is just holding the stairway itself right here on this corner, and also you have perfect line of fire into mid V-Bay. So it gives us really good defensive power on holding mid V-Bay without pushing into a terrible position to deal with it, while still being able to hold the bottom of the stairs. If shit goes way bad, obviously collapse up, and then we'll pull back into A itself. The last spot I gotta show you guys is we got 2 different things right here. So come to the elevator. So there's going to be a time where I may call for a hard elevator flank, and what that means is we immediately take the elevator, and the only reason why we would do this is if we see another outfit fly in and drop through the mid bay, and we have a ton of dudes set up on double door that aren't currently busy, we'll do a hard elevator flank, set up right here, and just immediately start drilling all the guys who are in the middle of the tech plant trying to set up for the breach. Now, that being said, it's that simple. We'll go through and clear. This is what we call the tech plant armpit, or just the armpit. You run down this leg here. Now, the reason why we would do this is if we were in a position where we had a full platoon inside the tech plant, and they had Sunny set out outside the double doors, and we need to be able to hold the double doors. If you guys look down from here, you have perfect angles of fire down onto the double doors from the outside, and you're able to just easily pick people off. NG turrets are really strong here. A full squad of guys up here can wreak a lot of havoc, and there's really nothing they can do outside of getting HE tanks to get you out of here. Best way down, if you ever need to get down, is you just jump out, aim for the leg on the side, kind of slide down, and you're good to go. Kind of hold up against it too. You don't slide too much. Nice, good shit. And then, Tread, do you got the outfit values still pulled up or on hand for me?
I can go get him.
All right, thank you. Well, I mean, I can basically hit it. A few outfit rules that we just need to hit real quick. This is coming up on the end of our orientation here. No team killing is tolerated at all. Accidental team killing is one thing, but if it's found that you've been maliciously team killing someone in any way, you'll automatically be removed from the outfits. No ifs or buts. It's just gonna happen. You know, just be professional. We are a professional outfit. We're one of the best outfits on TR, if not the best right now. Let's act like it. And that leads me to the last thing of let the chat warriors in the game be chat warriors. The people you see in yell chat right now, bitching and trolling and trying to bring us down, are the people who are in outfits that aren't good enough to take bases and, you know, be a team and be a community like we are. And those are the outfit values being posted in squad. So if you just remember to put your squad above yourself, don't be a shitter, and you know, just constantly try to help others, this outfit's going to be great for you. And that about covers it. So much faster when you're not doing it with 20 or 30 people.
Yep.
All right. That's it, guys. We'll get you your basic tags. Advanced training will start in 30 minutes. If you guys want to make it to that, we're going to be working on stuff to get everybody's aim a lot more efficient, which will be on which will be on test. So download it if you don't have it. And yeah, congratulations on getting promoted up to member, guys.
Right, thanks.
I'm gonna drop down a channel.
User left your channel.